What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. Alright, so before I get into this video, I want to give a big shout out to the brother Elijah Merritt for the $150 donation via the Cash App. Much respect to him for showing love to Too Raw for TV. Salute to you. Salute to you. One of the longest tenured subscribers that I have. He's been subbed to me since 2015. Unfortunately, he's losing some of his passion for the game, and I can't really blame him. Sports betting, agendas, a lot of things have the diminished level of play. A lot of things have turned off NBA fans from watching the sport and enjoying the sport. And it's a shame, and I understand completely. Hopefully one day things will get better. In this particular video, I want to talk about Wizards Jordan, all right? Now, there's a narrative out there from the media that somehow Michael Jordan's tenure with the Washington Wizards was a complete and total failure. That, it's akin to maybe Willie Mays and his stint with the New York Mets, or Babe Ruth with the Boston Braves. Just total, he's washed completely. Just, it was a mistake, and it was a stain on their legacy. And it was a stain on Jordan's legacy to go to the Wizards. Well, I watched Michael Jordan with the Wizards, and a lot of you watched him, and that's complete, total BS. It was not a stain on his legacy. It wasn't. It was actually pretty damn good. As a matter of fact, Chris Broussard recently talked about this. Talked about how good Michael Jordan was with the Wizards. And he was a lot better than sometimes we even remember him to be.
Because you kids just don't know how good Michael Jordan was with the Wizards. I hear it all the time. He tarnished his legacy. He ruined the perfect storybook ending. Jordan never should have unretired again and played for the Wizards. Stop it. In his first season with the Wizards, 2001-2002, he averaged more than 22 points, more than 5 rebounds, and more than 5 assists a game, plus 1.5 steals. His second season, 428 players took the floor that year. Of those 428, only 11 averaged at least 20 points, 6 rebounds, and 3.5 assists a game. Michael Jordan was one of them. One of 11. At age 40, he also had 9 games in which he scored 30 or more points. That's more than Chris Webber, more than Gary Payton, more than Vince Carter. He also dropped 40 or more 3 times, more than Dirk Nowitzki and Ray Allen that year. So at the age of 40, Jordan was outperforming Hall of Famers and perennial All-Stars who were in their primes. In fact, in his 2 seasons in Washington, Jordan had 8 games in which he scored 40 or more points while shooting at least 50% from the field. To put that in perspective, because you kids
Yeah, so you heard that. And to add on to what Chris Broussard stated, you got to remember that he wasn't physically what he once was. He had gotten out of shape. Matter of fact, I believe at one point Michael Jordan weighed 270 pounds. When he retired, he was 215, 210. It fluctuated a little bit. So he put on like 50, 60 pounds. So he had to lose that weight. Plus, he was older. So just from putting on all that weight and being heavy like that for 3 years, smoking, eating, he put a lot of irrevocable damage to his body. Plus, unlike some guys, he wasn't juicing. So the natural aging process occurred with him. He lost a ton of athleticism. He had that's the biggest change I remember with Wizards Jordan compared to even '98 Jordan. He lost a lot of athleticism between 1998 and 2001. Then, when he was training for his comeback, Ron Artest broke his ribs, and he never truly recovered from that. He had this knee infection or whatever it was, where he had to have his knee drained daily whenever he was playing. It was just all this black goo would come out. He had to wear orthopedic, I recall, his last year in the NBA, in his shoe to alleviate tendonitis and I think some other issues. So he was never physically healthy, but he was still able to play 82 games his last season. What the issue was is that unlike the Ladiclics out there, unlike the media, the reason why people consider Jordan's tenure disappointing is because they didn't win. That's what we were disappointed as Jordan fans. Not necessarily his performance, but the fact that he was not able to take that team to the playoffs. Now, I do believe that had he not gotten hurt that first year with the Wizards, he may have taken them to the playoffs. You got to remember, at one point, the Wizards were 25-21, and Jordan was a top 5 MVP candidate at one point, averaging 25 points a game at age 39. Yes, there were some games he showed his age. I remember late December 2001, he was held to 6 points, which broke his then record 866 game streak of scoring at least 10 points or more. I remember a game against the Sonics, we only shot 5 of 26 from the floor. Yeah, there were many performances where he showed his age. But more often than not, he still dazzled. And if anything, we unconsciously or consciously compared him to Air Jordan, which wasn't fair. He was not going to be Air Jordan, but sometimes we did that. But other than that, to be realistic, I mean, anybody else playing at that level, that age, without juicing, is simply remarkable. So, just want to put that out there.